In the realm of public health, we've discussed extensively how to be culturally competent and how we behave around people with different communication skills and preferences than ourselves. So, I'm going to discuss cultural competency in relation to speech language pathology. So, my background, I'm studying speech language pathology and will work primarily in schools with children, so this is tailored to that perspective and application. I also already work in an elementary school, and a large portion of the students are not English speakers or English isn't their first language. And so I've already been exposed to some of the challenges that culture and language poses to education. So I think this is a great thing to be aware of. Now I want to share a real life case that I got from an educator and how it taught her a lesson in cultural competency that helped her in her future performance as a professional. So it reads, my student Anna was in 9th grade. She was of Mexican American origin, lived with her parents and siblings, and had significant cognitive disabilities. Her family's cultural assumptions were aligned with traditional Mexican culture and placed value on collectivism, interdependence, and familialism. This cultural discontinuity between her family's goals and expectations of those of school personnel was revealed at an IEP meeting. During this meeting, members of the team described Anna's strengths and weaknesses and recommended intervention goals that were aligned with the program's overarching goal, which was independence. Anna's parents patiently listened to each recommendation, and although they were encouraged to ask questions, they did not. Near the meeting's conclusion, Anna's parents were asked to sign the IEP to acknowledge their agreement with the educational plan. Anna's mother took the pen, looked to me, and said, "Why would we want Anna to be independent? She will never live independently. We plan on caring for her as long as we are alive. Her family will always provide care and support for her needs." Anna's family challenged some of the most deeply embedded values in American society, namely independence and autonomy. My own assumption about independence had initially blinded me to the family's values and how to set relevant intervention goals to their beliefs. Her IEP needed to be truly individualized by building upon her family's cultural beliefs and improving her life skills in a way that would enhance her participation within her own environment. So what does this mean? Well, Anna's story teaches us that to be effective clinicians and professionals, we have to develop the ability to think, feel, and act in ways that acknowledges diversity. We have to be flexible enough to assess the cultural values of each client and not just their physical differences or disabilities. Treatment needs to be relevant to the individual person, and we have to be careful that we don't project how we would want to be treated onto their treatment experience. So, as a speech language pathologist, and really for anyone in the healthcare space, having cultural sensitivity and taking the time to communicate effectively with those different from us will benefit their care in all aspects.